Tonight we're going to make samosas. Absolutely love them. I really like them when you make the wrapping yourself. I tend to make it as a chapati, which is how I was taught by my Indian cooking teacher, Lubna Ali, when I was about 22 years old. You're going to need a little bit of self-raising flour. So zero your scales, probably going with about 150 grams of self-raising, because you don't want all self-raising, you just want like some of those characteristic bubbles that pop on your samosa. So I've got 130 there. I've got a bit of type 110 flour, which is a kind of whole grain flour. You can use like a brown bread flour. I'm going to put 100 grams of that in. So I'm now here going to be at 230 grams. And next is a type 55 white flour, which is just like a plain flour. Use whatever you like, something plain white flour will do. And I'm going to bring that up to about 400 grams of flour. There you go, so 400 grams. A big bag of flour down there. And we're now going to work this into a dough, and it just needs to be a kind of non-sticky dough. So I'm going to try and measure this out, because I normally like eyeball these things, but there's 375 mils of water in there. A useful tip when you're making doughs is try and have like a clean hand and a wet hand. So I was going to put maybe, we're putting there about 150 mils of water in there at the moment. And just work that in. See how we start to look. You always do the dough first so you can let it rest for like 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. So while we cook this bit out, we'll be able to let this rest. And at the end, then we'll have a nicely rested dough when we come to make our samosas. It's not quite enough. Now down to like 150 left. That's going to be enough. Probably bring that out onto the table. What's that, mate? So let's start with 475. Let's start with 475. So that looks like we've used 225 mils of water, about 400 grams of flour. That feels about right. I'm gonna put a salt here. Don't judge me. There's a little pinch of salt in there. That feels about right. I reckon, yeah, 225 water, 400 flour. And just use white flour if you've only got white flour. It's not hugely important. If you don't have self-raising, put just like a quarter teaspoon of baking powder in there, and that'll give it just a couple of bubbles. When it comes to fry, you'll see that that'll bubble up. It's about there. So it's not sticky, but it's nice. It moves nicely. So we'll be able to roll it out nice and flat when we make our chapatis that we'll make into our samosas. So a nice kind of squidgy, flexible dough. it's not sticking to my fingers. I can kind of like just take the last bits of flour off my fingers onto the dough. Last bits. And we just wrap that in cling film. And let that rest. We're going to have all this done in about half an hour, so just leave that there on the side to rest. For the filling for our chapatis, we're going to need to start by browning a little. I need to cut some potato. To make your filling for your samosas, I've started here with 1 medium potato that's been. To make your filling for your samosas, I've started here with, I've diced 1 medium potato, a carrot and an onion. We're now going to cook that up in our pan. Give it some nice colour and soften everything up. It's going to take a few minutes. You're probably going to need to leave that 5, maybe 10 minutes, and just don't stir it too often. Spread it out nicely. I'll use a spoon, and give it a few minutes to cook on one side, and then come over and give it a turn, cook each side. For about 10 minutes should get everything there cooked through. After about 5-10 minutes, you should have cooked out your potato and your onion. Should be nicely brown. And if you give it like a squeeze, it should push through quite easily. So it's all cooked out. I've got about 200 grams of beef mince. So it's going to add that. That should cook off pretty quickly. It's all nice and hot. Don't need too much meat in it. That amongst the potatoes, the onion, and once that's all nice and evenly distributed, put our spices in. So in this bowl I've got garlic, ginger, a chopped habanero chili, and a red finger chili, I think they're called, as well as a teaspoon of cumin, coriander, half a teaspoon of nutmeg and cinnamon, and also a teaspoon of curry powder. So that can just go in and have fry with the rest of it. That'll just need a couple of minutes to cook out. Give that a couple of minutes, and then once that has come together, just make sure you get all your beef cooked through. Then we're going to be ready to just, if you've got some like frozen peas or something like that, you can just add a few frozen peas and add a little bit more seasoning. So going a bit of salt and pepper. And we'll add our frozen peas, we'll check the seasoning, and then we're ready to start making our casings or our samosas. You'll just need to check the seasoning. We've got frozen peas in there now, meat, spices, everything. That's all. It needs to be quite well seasoned, because when you put it into the pastry or the wrapper, it's gonna snap quite a bit of the. It's gonna take quite a lot of seasoning out. Especially this is nicely seasoned, good bit of heat, and now that's ready to. We'll take that off, let that cool a bit, and we're ready to make the casings. To start your casings, just take a little bit of plain flour, make a small pile around your counter, pinch off a golf ball sized amount. The bit you rip, push that back into the centre, stretch the outside round, so that you end up with a kind of like smooth surface. You get a little roll in your hands, and then you get this nice sort of golf ball sized shaped flour. Dab it in the flour and put it on your counter and carry on. So you see there, I've now got it ripped on two sides. So I've got like a messy side there, got a messy side there, and we're going to stretch our dough around to get rid of that mess. Push it all into the bottom, and you kind of pinch it shut and push it in, and that will all kind of seal itself. Roll it up, dab in your flour, leave on your counter. By leaving them here to stand for a minute, all those little the folds and the bits that you push in will all come together, and your dough will react better. Same again, and just keep doing this for until you've got maybe 10. You know, if you don't use them all, you can always just keep them for chapatis. So it doesn't really matter how many you make, but we should have plenty to make a good batch of samosas for me and Bella tonight. Let's keep pushing that in. Once that's pushed in, little roll. That's all. Let's keep going. Check back when I'm finished.
Oh no.
Cool. So once that we have, or you have your little dough ball there, take the first one you made, or one of the first ones you made, dab it in flour on both sides. This is how you make your chapati. You pass it through your hand, turn it round in a circular kind of motion, and you're trying to leave this kind of bump in the middle. Just keep passing it through till it's stretched out somewhat, and that you can roll. I tend to roll with a wine ball, so I always have one at hand. A little bit more flour to make sure it doesn't stick. So these nicely rested doughs tend to roll out quite easily. Now if you were trying to do that straight away, it would have all sorts of creases and cracks and holes formed all over the place. You want to get it nice and thin, like wafer thin. Roll that in a bunch, every direction. Keep flouring as you need to, stop it sticking. And that's kind of thin enough as it is. You can always like pick it up a bit like you might do with a pizza. Give it a little stretch by hand. Just be gentle with it not to tear it. Stretch. And that, now I'm happy enough that that's stretched and thin enough. And we're going to make our, I mean that's a chapati. You can throw that in a hot pan and make a chapati with it. But we're going to make our samosas. So you're going to need to make a glue. All you need for your glue is a little bit of flour in some hot water, and it's going to make this kind of like a gooey mess that you can then use to stick your samosas shut. So once you've got your chapatis rolled out nice and thin, if you've got a chapati pan, brilliant. If not, any sort of thick bottom pan will do the job. And bring your pan up to like a medium-high heat, and we're going to just cook these on one side. And by cooking on one side, we're going to make them much easier to handle to make our samosas. So that nice stretch, nice and thin, and then just drop it in your pan. Make sure it's nice and stretched out. It can contract a bit when they go in the pan, and just you'll see the colour change a little. You may even see like a bubble or two pop up And that's your sign that that'll be ready. And as well, it'll come away from the pan easily. If you try and pick it up too quickly, it'll have a tendency to stick. See that colour change there? That's kind of like what we're looking for. It's kind of like cooked on the outside, but still soft on the top. You need to keep the cooked side down. Cooked side goes down onto your counter. Your glue that you've made goes straight through the middle, all the way around the edge. And that's going to stick. So then down the middle there. Pick up with the cut side away from you. Bring the corners round and join them at the top. Use your thumb to push this corner in and close it. Pinch that shut, otherwise you'll have things spilling out there later. And then just take a spoon of your mix. Don't overfill it. If you overfill it, you'll find it very, very hard to close. So leave yourself a nice amount of space at the top. And then just pull that in, squeeze it along, get all the air out. Work your way along. And voila, that's one samosa ready to be fried. Now Bella's going to give me a hand and we're going to roll all of these out, drop them through the pan, and make as many samosas as we can, as quick as we can. We're dying to eat them. We've got a really nice amount of samosas there now. We're just about to the end of our mix. So one last one here probably. We've got 2 balls of dough left, but we can wrap those and we'll keep them till tomorrow. And we'll use them, we'll just make some chapatis, we'll probably make a curry for dinner tomorrow as well, maybe the day after, in order to keep a couple of days. So again, I'll just do this one more time. Put your glue all the way around, you're going to put your cut edge, join it at the top, thumb in, pinch that shut, make sure it's all well stuck. Spoon of your mix. A dog dreaming, waking itself up if you need one. Cora, shush. Take your cut edge at the front, fold it up, join it at the top. Thumb at the bottom. Thumb at the bottom. Make your pocket. Fill it up. That's the last of our filling. That'll do. We've got a nice bunch of samosas there. Got a dog who's had a bad dream. Shush, Cora. Fill it, a nice about an inch free at the top. Squeeze it in. Close it right down against the filling. Try to get all the air out. So right across the top. And just stick that together. And that should hold it. While we fry it, the 2 left, we'll just wrap them, keep them till tomorrow. Now I'm going to heat our oil up and we're just going to fry these all off. Simple as that. Once your oil has been on for a couple of minutes, getting nice and hot. When you want to test it, just take like a little piece of your samosa and drop it in, and that's about ready. That should fizz. So it fizzes and looks like it's frying. It's probably ready to fry. So just take a few of your samosas. Maybe you'll probably get 3, maybe 4. See how we get on. You don't want to pile too many in, but maybe 2 bigger ones and a couple of little ones. Just put them in there. Give them a few minutes on each side, just so they're nicely browned. They do tend to brown a little bit more when you take them out, so just take them out a little bit before you think they're done. A nice bit of colour. And that's all there is to it. So a few minutes on one side, that should be ready for a turn. Nicely kind of golden. You don't want your oil too hot, because it will just it'll cook the pastry too quickly, and it won't cook the inside, so you can end up with like a not particularly hot samosa. So have it on like a medium-high heat. Just nice colour, and yeah, a few minutes on one side, a few minutes on the next side. Keep doing that until you've got a big plate of delicious samosas. That's it. We've been steadily frying away now. We've got all of our lovely samosas ready. Just onto the last batch. And you can see these ones are nice sort of like golden brown. In the pan, they're kind of like a slightly lighter brown. But it's about the point when you want to bring them out. Because you'll bring them out and for some reason, I don't really know, but they just kind of darken a little bit once they're out of the pan. So a nice kind of like, a nice bit of colour. Big pile of samosas. Love these things. And last one's just going in, so, you know, be careful. You might see like they might open a little bit as I've been sitting there. Just squeeze that shut. Squeeze that shut, drop it in gently. And right, couple more minutes and well, hey, huge pile of samosas. So excited. So here we have it. This is our huge plate of fresh made samosas, chili and beef. We're going to destroy these. We're going to probably eat them with our chili sauce. We've got a video for that on the channel. We're probably going to make, you can make a really nice radish. We'll do this in another video as well, where you take tomatoes, apples, coriander, mint, chili and spring onion, and you blend that up. It makes a really super relish to eat these things with. But I hope you enjoyed that, and do let us know in the comments if you do, and subscribe to keep up with all of our videos that we're going to do in the future. See you later.